You're watching Drake Wing Gaming. Enjoy the video.
Hey guys and gals, Never here from Drake Wing Gaming, and something about on Twitter, the Gaming Drag. Today I'm coming back at you with a Let's Play episode of Promises to Keep, Theo's Path. So y'all, let's go ahead and jump right back into it, shall we? Alarm chain, you were up, and let's go. And just what are you looking at, Spotty? Spotty? Well, what about... Nothing. I'm just here to help if needed. Showing up, and once the hard work is all done. I see. I know your type. I blink at her, momentarily at a loss for words. What's with that face? Ollie mouths a little apology and interrupts. Theo, we're ready for you. Diana gives me a last disdainful once-over, then calls out to Theo. You better not drop me, you hear? She chuckles and turns to Ollie. You know, I bet I could get him to carry you too. Want me to ask? Ollie giggles again. Not if you want him to make it there. I weigh quite a bit more than you do. Maybe next time, huh? I didn't have Ollie makes friends with a toxic old woman on my bingo card for today. But this has been a week full of surprises. Look, everyone fucking loves Ollie, okay? Even alcoholic old women. Leo? At the sound of my name, I tear my focus away from the confusingly dynamic duo. Could you get the door for us? Oh, yes, of course. I hold the door open, wind tearing new breath into the musty apartment, as Theo bends down and scoops up the old woman with surprising ease. I notice she keeps a tight grip on Ollie's hand, only letting go once clearly secure in Theo's arms. Here, Theo, right this way. I'll try to clear more of a path for you. Together we guide the fox outside and around the house, with Ollie trailing closely behind. Theo takes every step with diligence and heavy certainty, eyes and limbs locked in tight focus. As he passes me, I sneak a glance at Diana. The old sheep looks smaller than ever, pressed up against Theo's broad chest. Her one good eye remains fixed on Ollie, who keeps pace with Theo without tripping him up. He mutters soft words to her as they travel, voice inaudible over the wailing wind. At the head of the procession is Rofi, sharp-eyed and serious, leading Theo forward while keeping a close eye on his patient. After a collection of tense eternities, Theo mounts the steps of number 30 and Rofi pulls the door open. Theo immediately strides over to a plush sofa and deposits Diana on the cushioned seat. He kneels in front of her, fussing with her jacket and making sure she's comfortable. There you go, Diana. We've arrived. He attempts a well-worn smile. Thank you for flying with Theo Airlines. Terrible in-flight service. Not even a drink menu. Bar service is for our VIP passengers only, I'm afraid. Ollie chirps, slipping a pillow behind her back. You should have splurged and gotten the upgrade. Believable. This airline really has gone to shit, along with everything else. Scanning the rest of the room, I spot Rofi in the kitchen doorway, talking in hushed tones with Mrs. Robinson. With her husband absent, she almost seems like a different person. She listens intently, nodding and asking questions as he runs through the contents of Diana's medical bag, meticulously copying his instructions onto a small legal pad. She really seems to care, though I can't help but notice the furtive, distrustful glances she sneaks at Theo. He seems to notice them, too. The more time we spend in this house, the antsier he gets. Theo? He looks up from rearranging the same blanket on the same armchair for the fourth time. Oh, yes, Ollie, what's up? I think Rofi and I can handle things for here for a while. Beth has very kindly agreed to let us stay look after her. He gestures to the now snoring sheep on the couch. If the two of you want to head back to the house, you can go ahead. Yeah, that sounds like a good idea. I pull up next to Theo and grab the reins of the conversation. We can check in on the other two, make sure they got back okay. Time to pack it in, Theo. We're not being helpful anymore. Well, You're sure the two of you will be fine here alone? No, we'll be great. Don't worry about us. Theo inspects Ollie for a moment, a quizzical smile spreading across his face. You know, I'm actually not worried at all. You were really amazing with her. Ollie stuffs his claws in his pockets and shuffles his feet. Old people tend to like me. I don't know why. Well, that explains why I like you, then. Okay, Grandpa, let's get you to bed. My stomach growls loudly. Maybe we eat first, I suggest, smiling sheepishly. I'm starving, and I don't want to make Mrs. Robinson cook for us as well. Right. Theo's face falls somewhat. Yes, I think it's time. With one final wave to Ollie and Rofi, the dog is so focused he barely even registers our leaving, Theo and I head for the door. Leo? What was your name? That was your name, yes? I turned, surprised to see Tom standing stiffly at the base of the stairwell. I hadn't heard him come downstairs at all. Yes, that's me. May I speak with you for just a moment? What's with the politeness? Why bother now after being such a huge douche all morning? You want me to wait for you? If you don't mind, I won't be long. He nods, clearly a bit nervous, but settles in near the front door with his phone. Tom beckons me forward, and I follow him, partially up the stairs until Theo and most of the living room is out of sight. I'll get right to the point. You seem like a nice kid, so I want to give you a little warning. Okay. How long have you known Theodore? I feel my hackles rising at his question, but I keep my voice calm and even. A few months? Why? To be fair, I hadn't really gotten to know him until this week, but I didn't feel like telling him that. I didn't like the tone of his voice one bit. So, not long at all, then. Let me tell you something, kiddo. Don't call me kiddo. I've known that boy since he was in diapers, and ever since then he's been an arrogant, insufferable little shit. I feel my claws extend, and I ball my fist to keep them from showing. Always high on something, always playing hooky, always causing trouble for his elders and betters. His parents were like that, too. A lot of pride and too little respect. Well, pride goeth before a fall, and the rotten apple doesn't fall far. You know, he worried that aunt of his to death, poor thing. She was the only decent member of that family. A red-hot spike of rage pierces right through my chest, and my stomach coils like a viper. Take my word for it. People like him don't change. And if that's how they grow up, that's how they stay. I don't care what kind of good Samaritan act he's putting on these days. I don't trust it for a second. He points a subby finger at me like the barrel of a gun. You watch your back around him, you hear? Or at least watch your wallet. You scum-sucking piece of shit. Leo? I think I'm gonna head out now, but I'll meet you back at the house? Theo's voice anchors me. Reminds me why I'm here. It's not to argue with this shithead. This guy doesn't deserve my time. Deep breath in, and out. I swallow my retorts and dust off my best customer service face. Alright, sir. I'll take that into consideration. Now, if you'll excuse me, Theo and I should be going. His beady eyes somehow become even beadier, and I suddenly see the trap I almost stepped into. I had spent all morning catching Theo whenever he came close to blowing up, and with just a few obnoxious sentences, Tom had nearly pushed me over the edge. I remember Theo's words from earlier. That's exactly what he's waiting for. The moment I start shouting at him, he'll take it as proof that he was right all along. I had enough of this man. I turn on my heel and stride quickly up and down the stairs. I catch the surprised and concerned-looking Theo by the arm and direct him forcefully towards the front door. Let's go. It's almost a relief to be out in the snow again. Dawn had fully broken while we were inside, bringing welcome daylight and a sense of relief. I walk wordlessly through the drifts, grateful for the silence. Theo naturally passes me with his longer stride, and then starts walking even faster. Must be eager to get home. I don't blame him for that. Though he's really starting to leave me behind. I pick up my pace, eyes fixed on the back of his fuzzy head. By the time we reach the house, I'm practically jogging to keep up. He holds the door open silently. We both shuffle in. Theo dumps his coat and boots and immediately heads for the kitchen, steps quickening even further. The moment he reaches the table, he collapses into that same noisy chair with a whoosh of breath and buries his head in his paws. Even from across the room, I can see him shaking. Without a moment's hesitation, I find myself rushing over to him and laying a paw on his shoulder. His shivering doesn't even slow. Are you all right? I'm fine, he says slowly, voice muffled by his pause. I see visions of a younger Theo hunched over the same table. I'm just so glad we weren't too late. Me too. Honestly, I half expected to walk over there and find her... I nod, then remember he can't see me. Yeah, I'm surprised she stayed there that long. I mean, what was she expecting? Honestly, I think she was gonna let fate take its course. I think she was just waiting to die. Theo's words pierced my skin and arced through my veins like lightning. Sat in a cold house in a howling windstorm, just sitting and breathing until the breathing finally stops. Who am I to judge? And to think that I almost fucked it all up too. What? No, you were great. You knew just what you had to say, and you gave all of us some really good directions too. I was serviceable, but only because the rest of you were there to fill in the gaps. His head resurfaces from under his paws. I really couldn't have done it without you. Without you. I know he meant all of us, but my heart flutters just the same. Well, we were here. Yes, you were, and thank God for that. Theo smiles warily, and the rising sun sets his ivory coat alight. For the second morning in a row, we sit across from one another at the reliable old table, tired but content. Can I get you a cup of tea or something? If you don't mind, I prefer a whiskey. No problem. Where do you keep it? At the bar downstairs? Cabinet above the fridge. There should be shot glasses there, too. Pour yourself one if you want. I gave his shoulder one more pat, head over to the fridge, and swing the cabinet door open. Judging from the label, the whiskey looks top shelf. Must be for special occasions. The shot glasses, by comparison, look cheap and very, very dusty. I take the bottle down and bring the glasses over to the sink, where I give them a quick rinse. I haul it all over to the table and prepare him a hefty shot, pouring with my heart. He deserves it, after the day he's had. There you go. In one swift motion, he takes the glass and tips it down his throat, placing it back on the table with a long exhale. You know how to pour. I chuckle. All I did was fill it to the brim. Did you get yours already? Guess I could use a shot. Wanted to get you settled first. I get a big whiff of the booze as I pour out my shot. It smells wickedly sharp, masterfully engineered to dull everything else. Sorry, I shouldn't have waited for you. Bad form not to toast. Don't worry about it. Won't tell anyone. Cheers. Down the hatch. That's a bit strong. Theo laughs. That's why I keep it up there. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and pause it right there, y'all. Thank y'all so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, ring that notification bell, and check out our Patreon, YouTube memberships if you can. It always helps. Anyway, I love you all, and I'll see y'all in the next video. Bye-bye!